In the vast, overwhelming silence of the cosmos, we find a curious impulse.
The need to ask questions, especially the ones that seem the most foolish. But perhaps the stupidest questions hide the most profound scientific answers. Questions that force us to confront the impossible logistics and sheer scale of our world. We are experts in tackling the absurd. We bring scientific rigor to the fantastical.
Let's begin with a city that never sleeps.
Tokyo, a metropolis devouring hundreds of terawatt-hours of power every single year. That's more power than 24 countries combined. A monumental, ever-present hunger.
And the first question, could this endless hunger be satisfied by the gelatinous, glowing life of the sea?
Harnessing its natural light against a micro-solar panel yields a mere microwatt of energy.
To power Tokyo with light alone, we'd need a number beyond comprehension. 1.3 quintillion glowing box jellies.
The laws of light prove impossible. We need a different angle.
Enter Neopilema nomurai, the Nomura's jellyfish. A truly chunky boy, growing up to 2 meters wide.
Armed with around 1,000 spindly tentacles, constantly sucking up plankton from the ocean.
In recent years, their numbers have exploded, threatening and disrupting local ecosystems.
So let's put this disruptive natural power to use, giving them an electric, useful purpose. But they don't glow. And despite the sting, they are not naturally electric batteries.
The painful sting is a volley of 1,000 tiny venom darts, not a massive electric jolt.
The energy, it turns out, is in the squeeze, through the subtle mechanics of piezoelectricity.
Piezoelectricity, an electric charge born directly from applied pressure and mechanical stress.
In certain solid materials, like bone or quartz, atoms are neatly arranged in repeating pyramids.
Apply enough external pressure, and those internal pyramids shift. The electrical balance is broken.
Atoms shift out of place, creating a charge separation, positive on one side, negative on the other.
These microshifts add up to a measurable charge across the whole material, like a unified battery.
This principle is hidden everywhere, in sonar, quartz watches, and energy-harvesting dance floors. Our plan, a gigantic biobattery, harvesting power from the Nomura's hundreds of hypnotic, constant twitches.
First, we wrap each of the 1,000 Nomura tentacles in a specialized jelly suit material.
Every spontaneous twitch, every graceful bend of the tentacle is a flex of the fiber.
Converting the tentacle's simple mechanical energy directly into a usable electric current.
One tentacle, enough to run your laptop for 20 continuous days. Not bad for a start.
We need 29 billion Nomura jellyfish, a truly astronomical oceanic herd.
This sounds like a lot. Yet, there are already more chickens currently alive on this planet.
A single Nomura can produce millions of jelly babies a month. Growth is not the hurdle.
The true hurdle. To feed this insatiable herd, we'd have to fundamentally empty the Pacific Ocean of plankton.
Next, space. Each one needs a 5-meter cube to barely contain its enormous, flailing tentacles.
All these cubes stack up into a tank 7 times the entire volume of Mount Fuji. The ultimate hurdle: short circuits. 29 billion entangled, highly conductive cables and tentacles. We'd need to perfectly insulate every single one. A feat of unimaginable global engineering.
And the maintenance. Nomura would probably die constantly and need to be replaced.
Ultimately, this impossible project is like spending $1 million to acquire a single dollar bill.
So, while the math works, the reality of jellyfish power is an ecological and economic folly.
But we move on to the next, equally profound, equally ridiculous viewer question.
What if, for a single 24-hour period, it rained bananas instead of water? We quickly dismissed the notion of a direct swap. Every raindrop is now a banana. This would be the equivalent of a banana asteroid, a planet-smashing, immediate apocalypse.
To keep it scientific, we use the average volume of rain that falls globally in one day.
That's 1.33 trillion tons of water, swapped for 11.1 quadrillion falling bananas.
Daily banana fall covers the planet in the most calorically abundant catastrophe imaginable.
Even the driest places, like the Sahara, would receive a deluge of 15 trillion bananas.
Globally, the total yield adds up to 1.2 quintillion calories, 100 years of food in one day. But the fleeting benevolence of food is betrayed by the cruel, indifferent laws of gravity.
A banana falling from a mid-altitude rain cloud achieves a terminal velocity of 240 meters per second.
It strikes the ground with the kinetic energy of a bowling ball dropped from a 50-meter building. And we are dropping over 11 quadrillion of these bowling ball equivalents across the entire planet.
Cities like London face a storm of 21 billion bananas, shattering roofs and decimating monuments.
Human bones are no match for this shower of yellow death. Shelter inside or underground is mandatory.
All around the world, cities, infrastructure, rivers, and rainforests are severely damaged.
Picture the aftermath of all the worst oil spills and superstorms combined, but universal and everywhere.
And here begins the true chemical apocalypse.
That is 280 times our current annual global emissions from all human and industrial sources.
Methane traps heat 28 times more effectively than CO2.
Adding this much greenhouse gas will cause a catastrophic and sudden spike in global temperatures.
In short, banana rain is not a happy, fun food party.
A profound truth is revealed. The most absurd hypotheticals lead to the most severe scientific warnings.
We ask the foolish questions so we don't have to face the real-world problems unprepared. A reminder that curiosity, even in its most ridiculous form, is a vital human trait.
From the immense task of city power to the gravitational law of falling fruit.
We take the impossible scale of the universe and try to contain it and understand it in our minds.
We are the species. No.
And for today, the absurdity is complete. The impossible questions have been scientifically answered.
But the stories don't end with the final, depressing math.
Imagine the countless unanswered questions floating out there in the cosmic potential void.
Every calculation, every absurd scenario is a tool for understanding our delicate, beautiful home. The vastness of the problem is broken down into manageable, continuous, 8-second segments.
For all of us, standing here, witnessing the impossible math unfold and teach us something new. And we certainly hope to avoid the spontaneous, global banana-based mass extinction event. But we have gained insight, a deeper, more profound respect for the forces at play.
The simple, quiet, yet powerful force of pure, unadulterated human curiosity.
This is the core of our message. Keep asking. Keep exploring the limits of what is possible.
And there is always
The lesson of the jellyfish remains. The scale of a problem can be solved, but the ecological cost may be too high. The lesson of the rain remains. Simple change can lead to massive, devastating, chain reaction impacts. Thank you for joining us on this strange, terrifying, and profoundly delicious intellectual journey.
remember this final lesson. The biggest catastrophe is to stop asking, what if?
End of one chapter. The promise of 100 more questions, waiting to illuminate the dark.
We have done the math, quantified the chaos. Now, it's
The universe is often absurd. Our job is to draw it clean and make its complexity beautiful.
Until the next impossible question. Goodbye for now.